What's good? What's good? We back. Another episode of the Paul Pickett Podcast. I'm your host, Paul Pickett, aka Triple P, Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, sport events, and more. We're going to react to some more libs of TikTok today. But before we do, let's give you a word from one of our sponsors.
Joke got me addicted, ain't no coke. Let's just have a toast. Anybody want some smoke? Cause it's up, I be dizzled up. Catch me sipping with my double cup. Can't just have one, you gotta double up. You pour it, gotta watch it bubble up. I ain't gon' lie, I cannot get enough. When Callie said I need another one, gon' have you coming back for more. But go get it while it's hot, before it be sold out in your stores. That dizzle.
That's right, Dizzle. That Dizzle. Do you Dizzle? Yes, I Dizzle. As you see, got the hat on, got the t-shirt. Check them out, dizzlebrand.com. Dizzle premium luxury liqueur, mixture of agave tequila, cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. Just throw it on ice. The colder it gets, the better it gets. You want to get your very own bottle of Dizzle brand premium luxury liqueur, go to dizzlebrand.com, click on our locations. You'll see all the locations that's available in California, Oklahoma, Kansas, and just got picked up in Arkansas. And be on the lookout for other states and cities. And you go to your very own bottle or bottles online. Just click on one of the top 3 links under our locations. I recommend Emilio's Beverage. And you can order your very own bottles. It must be 21 and older. Shipping and handling is included. And also the merch store is on the site as well, dizzlebrand.com. All right, we're going to react to some libs of TikTok. Here we go.
Dry anymore because parents like you say, don't bring your feelings into it. Fuck off. We're not bringing our feelings into it. You are. You are. You don't like a fucking book that the reading teacher picked. Oh, you can't teach that book to any kids now. Pull that off the shelves. That's you. That's your feelings. Or when I would teach in science, the Big Bang Theory, and I get pushback because I didn't teach creationism. That wasn't my feelings. That was their feelings. I can't teach Big Bang Theory without teaching creationism. Go to church. Go to fucking church. That wasn't my job. All right? That's not my feelings. I'm teaching scientific fact, and yet I'm getting parents pushing back on climate change, evolution, the Big Bang Theory. That's your feelings, not mine.
Maybe I'm confused, but it looks like she had her panties in a bunch. She was all up in her feelings. And all due respect, Big Bang Theory is not fact. It's not fact. That's the thing. Nobody knows how the universe started, how this planet started, how life began. No one knows because it happened so long ago. We don't know. You know, we couldn't keep historical events like nowadays. You know, we got nowadays, like, you got to think the early stages of mankind, we didn't even have pencil and paper. So, like, she talking about, like, somebody in her feelings. She sound like she's in her feelings. And I'm sorry, but Big Bang Theory is not fact. Religion is not fact. So she was kind of hypocrite on that. She did sound like she had her panties in a bunch from what I could see. And, you know, the thing is, I'm not a parent, but, I'm an uncle. And based off from how my sister and her husband parent, they just don't want people teaching their kids and indoctrinating their kids with things they don't agree with. And if teachers and schools can't understand that, then there's always going to be an issue, same thing with Islamic parents. They don't want their kids being indoctrinated They definitely don't want their kids being indoctrinated with this transgender stuff and these pronoun stuff. A lot of real Christians, not the fake ones, the real ones, like my sister and her husband, they don't want their kids being, taught things that, you know, they don't necessarily want to teach their kids themselves, or they want to wait to a certain point in their kids' lives before they teach these things to their kids. And there's certain things like the birds and the bees. It's not school's responsibility, to teach kids about the birds and the bees. That's the parents' responsibility. You don't get to take the responsibilities upon yourself. That you don't get to take responsibilities upon yourself that aren't your responsibilities to begin with. And that's the problem that parents are having, is teachers are trying to, teach things to their kids that they don't agree with, that they don't want being taught to their kids, that, like the pronouns and the transgenders, like saying that a boy can be a girl and a girl can be a boy. There's some people that would never agree with that. And I'm one of them, and it's crazy to me how they always push that a man could become a woman, but you don't hear nothing about a woman can become a man. You don't hear that as strong as a man can become a woman, that a woman can become a man. So I've always wanted that. On to the next.
Okay, TikTok, I really need your help here on this one. I'm a teacher. I teach 5th and 6th grade, and this morning, I don't know, somehow the concept of pronouns came up. And one of my students said, well, Miss Odell, did you even ask me my pronouns? And I was like, whoa, I hadn't actually asked him his pronouns, and I had called him a him, and I said, oh, I'm so sorry, I haven't actually asked you what your pronouns are, and what are they? And he said, Banana said, banana and rock. And I was like, dude, no, like, don't mess around with. I was actually really upset because I thought he was making fun of it. And in fact, I'm still pretty sure he was making fun of it. And, but they all agreed, no, like, you can choose anything. Banana, rock, if you want banana and rock.
And he shouldn't be making fun of it. This is what I was talking about before when I said you can't take this pronoun thing serious, because you open up a rabbit's hole where a person can say they identify with anything. Like for example, they say all white people are racist. That's what Democrats say, right? Well, then there's a scapegoat to that. There's a clause in there that because you can just, all you got to do is identify as black. That's all you got to do. You can identify as a frog, a rabbit, a cucumber. That's the thing. When you sitting there and telling somebody, buying into this BS, this bullshit of what they identify. That's the thing. A person can identify, they can say they identify with whatever they want to identify with. It doesn't make you that thing that you identify with. I coming up as a kid, a lot of my friends probably would say identify more as black than white, because I was a white kid who rapped and dated a lot of black girls and had hots for a lot of black chicks, and I hung out with a lot of black dudes. But I'm not black. I'm white. So yeah, I identify more with hip hop and things of that nature, but I'm still white. Just because I identify with something doesn't make me that. And so yeah, why are we talking about pronouns in school anyways? When you take attendance, you shouldn't be taking attendance by a pronoun. You should be taking attendance by what's a person's name. So yeah, man, like the pronoun thing it opens up a rabbit's hole, because a person can say their pronoun is anything. And that's why I said, like, if they try to force these pronouns on people, like they get to the point where they make it like where you can get in trouble if you don't call people by their pronouns. well, people are going to have to call me God and King and things of that nature. And if they don't, then I'm just going to be calling the cops and have them arrested every time. That's how it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? I know Canada's trying to force it where you have to call people by their pronouns, which is BS. You know, your first name, yeah, but like, and that's the thing. When they bring in them or they pronouns, what are we talking about here? We're talking about, why would a teacher call one person them or they? I wouldn't want any teacher teaching any kids if they call one person them or they. They don't even know proper English etiquette. They don't know singular from plural. Then they don't need to be teaching in the first place. We got 2 more to go before we do another word from one of our sponsors.
Are you a musician looking for music marketing and promotion? Then look no further than Promo Palace LLC, your one-stop shop for all music promotion services. Services include Spotify playlist pitching, YouTube video promotion, record pool promotion, blog placements, radio airplay promotion, SoundCloud promotion, and much more. With over 2,000 customers and over 10 years of experience in online promotion, Promo Palace LLC is a company you can trust. For more info, please go to promopalace.biz. See you there.
What a beautiful smile. That's right. You need marketing promotions, go to promopalace.biz. We don't only promote musicians, we promote brands and services as well, pretty much on every online platform that you could pretty much think of. On to the next. Let's see what we got here.
Some reading this summer, and so I thought I would share a couple of books because you have a little bit of time left to do some reading. I also read Jack Not Jackie by Erica Silverman. Phenomenal read. So if you're a K1, 2, 3 even, it's a really good read called Jack Not Jackie.
Okay, and that is exactly why parents are in their feelings. Right there. That is exactly, because the teacher's sitting there talking about reading a book with kids that are kindergarten through 3rd grade about boys being girls. I'm sorry. A boy will never be able to become a girl. Not in my lifetime. Until a man can physically get pregnant and give birth to a child and breastfeed that child, he will never, no man will be, no woman become a woman. And it's funny how y'all never really argue the reverse of a woman becoming a man. Why is that? Because she can't grow a freaking penis. She can't grow a penis that produces sperm and impregnate a woman. They got to use plastic, rubber dicks, plastic dicks. On to the next.
Creative parenting. What is it? Gender creative parenting is allowing kids to explore gender freely and openly without any social constructs forced upon them or trying to push them into boxes defined by society's expectations of.
Stop right there. I can't even go no further just yet. Why? Because she's speaking bullshit. Society doesn't dictate gender. Society doesn't dictate what's male and what's female. You know what does? The laws of nature. The laws of freaking nature have dictated this for hundreds of thousands of years. Because apparently mankind's been around for over 100,000 years, or life in general has been around forever. And the laws of nature dictate what's male and what's female. Mankind does not dictate everything on the freaking planet. Why do y'all think mankind dictates everything on the planet? Just because mankind creates laws? Just because we have laws of man, it dictates every single thing? No. No, the laws of nature dictate. So what is this dumb bitch talking about? I finish.
Gender based on anatomy. It means not forcing children to behave a certain way or look a certain way or play with certain things, all because their biological appearance says that they should be doing that. In most cases, it is not assigning gendered.
Okay, once again, nobody's forcing kids to play with things. Like, you know, I buy my niece a lot of baby dolls. I buy my nephew, like arts and craft things, Lego things. Why is that? Because that's what they want me to buy them. That I asked them what they want for Christmas, and that's what they tell me. And guess what? My nephew grew up with his sister. If he wanted to play with baby dolls, he could play with baby dolls. For all I know, he probably has played with baby dolls as a kid. But my sister isn't sitting there saying, hey, you can't play with baby dolls. You know why? Because Uncle Paul has sat down with his niece and played with baby dolls. And I think when I was a kid, I might have played Barbies with other girls when I was the Ken doll. Stop it, man. Like, kids are going to be interested in whatever they're interested in. My sister doesn't force her kids to play with certain things. I asked them what they want for Christmas. That's what they want. So I buy it. Nobody's forcing them. Like, stop it, man. Stop it.
Language to our children until they are old enough to express if gendered language is something that they want to go by. It is not raising our children as non-binary until they say otherwise.
Okay. First of all, non-binary is fairy tales, imaginary, made up bullshit. There's no such thing as non-binary. You know why? Well, the laws of man don't dictate that. The laws of nature do. The only thing that's non-binary is some kind of frog. A frog that could change from one sex to another. But I don't think it go back and forth. I think it only goes one way. You know, yeah, we're not frogs, first of all. We're not, what are frogs considered? Not reptiles. And what is it, like amphibians? I think they're amphibians, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, amphibians. So we're not amphibians. We're not toads. We're not frogs. We can't, breathe underwater. So, yeah. Non-binary doesn't exist. That's some shit y'all made up just so you could feel important, so you could feel special, so you could feel better about yourself, because apparently you don't. And that's the thing. Like, people gotta do this green hair, crazy all stuff to get, like, these people, they need attention. Like, they want attention. Like, they're always looking for attention. And somebody who's looking for attention they got emotional, mental issues that they need to go fix or whatnot. But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Non-binary don't exist. Laws of nature dictates what's male and female, not the laws of man. So pump your brakes. Yeah, I see why Libs of TikTok is really, really popping, because they're exposing all this crazy fairy tale, imaginary, made up bullshit ideologies and rhetorics that people are spewing. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Let's end off with a Paul Pickett podcast commercial, and we'll call it a show. This your boy, the one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, sport events, and more. Please check me out 3 to 4 days a week on my video podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Rumble. And check out the audio version on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and much more. Peace. See you there. Can I say the kids everywhere? Thanks for tuning in. One and only Paul Pickett Podcast. Peace, and I'm out.